In the quiet university town of Hoshikawa, stories about a strange internet phenomenon had been circulating among students for years. It was known as the Red Room Curse, a mysterious pop-up window rumored to appear on a computer screen with a simple but unsettling question: "Do you like the Red Room?" According to the legend, anyone who saw the message would try to close it, only for it to return again and again until the entire screen filled with color and a list of names slowly appeared. At the very bottom, the viewer's own name would be written among them. Most people treated it as nothing more than a creepy internet story meant to scare curious students browsing late at night. But Kenji Soto, a university student fascinated by digital folklore, felt there was something deeper behind the legend. While researching old internet myths, he discovered scattered posts from people claiming they had actually seen the pop-up window. Strangely, many of those accounts ended abruptly, with no further activity from the users who posted them. His childhood friend Aiko Tanaka, a journalism student who loved investigating unusual stories, quickly became interested as well. What began as simple curiosity soon turned into a shared mission. Together they decided to uncover whether the Red Room Curse was merely a clever online prank or a mystery hidden within the darker corners of the internet. Kenji and Aiko soon realized they would need technical expertise to investigate further, so they asked their friend Hiroshi Nakamura to join them. Hiroshi was a skilled computer science student known for his ability to analyze complicated software and track digital activity across networks. At first he laughed at the idea of a supernatural internet curse, convinced it was nothing more than an exaggerated urban legend. Still, the strange pattern of stories intrigued him enough to help. Same chilling message. Whoever originally created the program seemed to understand exactly how rumors spread online. The more mysterious the story became, the more people searched for it, unknowingly helping the legend grow stronger with every click. Same chilling message. Whoever originally created the program seemed to understand exactly how rumors spread online. The more mysterious the story became, the more people searched for it, unknowingly helping the legend grow stronger with every click. One rainy evening, while the three friends worked together in Hiroshi's apartment surrounded by glowing computer screens and stacks of printed research, something unexpected happened. As Hiroshi opened an archived file connected to one of the earliest versions of the Red Room program, his monitor flickered briefly. Suddenly a small window appeared in the center of the screen displaying the exact phrase they had seen described so many times in the stories. The message was simple and chilling. At first they assumed it was just part of the old script they had downloaded. But when Hiroshi tried closing the window, it disappeared for only a second before appearing again. Soon more windows began popping up across the screen, multiplying rapidly until the entire display was covered. Then the color deepened across the monitor and a list of names began scrolling slowly upward. The room fell silent as they watched the names appear one by one. Some were unfamiliar, but others belonged to people they had encountered during their research. Finally, at the very bottom of the list, 3 names appeared that made their heart stop: Kenji Soto, Aiko Tanaka, and Hiroshi Nakamura. Moments later the screen went completely black, leaving them staring at their reflections in the dark monitor. Even though the experience had shaken them, the 3 friends refused to abandon the investigation. If anything, seeing the pop-up themselves only strengthened their determination to understand how the program worked. Hiroshi began analyzing the network activity recorded during the moment the window appeared. After hours of examining logs and connection traces, he discovered that the program had briefly contacted a hidden server before disappearing. Following the digital trail led them to an old domain name that once belonged to a small experimental software company. Kenji and Aiko searched through archived articles and business records about the company and discovered the name of a programmer who had worked there years earlier. His name was Takashi Mori, and according to several old interviews he had been fascinated with the idea of viral internet stories. Mori believed that a carefully designed myth could spread across the internet indefinitely if it combined mystery, fear, and curiosity. Some reports suggested he had been developing an experimental program intended to test that theory. Shortly after the company shut down, Mori disappeared completely, leaving behind unfinished projects and unanswered questions. The possibility that the Red Room legend was connected to his experiment made the entire mystery feel far more real. Hiroshi continued tracing the connection logs until he finally located what appeared to be the last active server connected to the Red Room program. It was hidden within a data center that hosted hundreds of outdated machines scheduled for shutdown. When the three friends managed to access the system remotely, they were stunned by what they discovered. The server contained an enormous archive of data stretching back nearly 20 years. Thousands of names were stored within the database, each linked to a timestamp marking the exact moment the Red Room window had appeared on Simeone's screen. The program had quietly recorded every encounter, building a growing list as the legend spread across the internet. Even more disturbing was the discovery that the system had been updated multiple times long after Takashi Mori disappeared. Someone else had continued maintaining the program, improving its ability to spread across new websites and platforms. It was no longer just a forgotten experiment. It had become something that evolved on its own, quietly expanding across the digital world. Before they could investigate further, the server connection suddenly dropped. When Hiroshi attempted to reconnect, every file had vanished. The entire system had been erased as if it had never existed. Without evidence, the trail of the Red Room program seemed to disappear overnight. Over time, the three friends tried to return to their normal routines, though none of them could forget what they had discovered. Weeks later, Kenji received a message from Aiko late one evening. It contained only a single screenshot. On the screen was the familiar window asking the same unsettling question that had started their investigation. Beneath it was a list of names scrolling slowly upward. The list seemed longer than ever before, constantly updating as new names appeared at the bottom. Kenji realized something disturbing in that moment. Even if they had uncovered part of the truth, the legend itself had already taken on a life of its own. The Red Room was no longer just a program or a story. It had become an unstoppable internet myth, spreading endlessly through curiosity, waiting quietly for the next person who decided to search for it online.